Hello again, everyone. I'm Dr. George Simon, and welcome to another edition of the new Character Matters program. This is the program where I talk about what I consider to be the defining issue of our time, the character crisis that we have faced for some time now, and that affects every area of our lives, most particularly our intimate relationships. And that's what I'd like to focus on today, because so many of our relationships start out with such promise, or at least appear to start out with such promise, only to end up in near disaster, sometimes highly toxic, leaving folks to wonder how such thing could happen. The answer lies where it always has: character. Character is that aspect of our personalities that reflects how well we've internalized certain important values and how well we have learned certain important life values that can help make us decent people. It's also a sort of psychological immune system, helping us weather the inevitable storms in life, the inevitable difficulties, without adding to problems. Having the strength and the capacity to navigate a difficult, challenging world and not contribute to problems at the same time. Character matters. It always has, and it always will. And perhaps nothing is a testament to solid character as is the capacity to genuinely love. Now, I've written many articles on my blog at drgeorgesimon.com. You see the URL above here on the screen, about what love is and what isn't. So many things these days can be mistaken for love. But love genuinely is the answer, and it pretty well defines the healthy character the capacity to love does. Loving relationships have a particular quality to them, truly loving relationships, and I'd like to focus on a couple of those things today. Truly loving relationships inevitably do two things. They help people grow, and they help people heal. I'll repeat that because it's worth repeating. Any truly loving relationship inherently has two capacities to it. The relationship itself will help the parties involved in it grow, experience greater fulfillment in life, become better, richer, in a sense, persons, achieve higher levels of awareness. So truly loving relationships help all involved in the relationship grow. And truly loving relationships help those involved in the relationship heal. Life is full of slings and arrows, hardships, trauma, disaster, unexpected misfortune. This is the inevitable reality of life. We get wounded. But genuinely loving relationships heal. And why? Because it's in the very nature of genuine love to pour out one's self and one's resources for the benefit of another, to help nurture them along this difficult journey that we call life. And it's something that I write about extensively in my latest book, Essentials for the Journey. Life is a journey, and to get through it in the most meaningful way possible, a meaningful way that both grows and heals, in any encounter, we need character, and perhaps now more than ever. Every single day, we witness another tragedy where someone lacking the internal controls, lacking the proper mindset toward the world, and toward their hardships and even toward their pain lashes out in some hard to imagine way. More people are injured, more people die, more people suffer from the effects of our failure to develop the internal resources necessary to behave decently than is necessary. So much of our heartache is avoidable, but we have to take seriously what's necessary to bring us back to some sanity. It's the answer to our so-called addictions. It's the answer to our confusion. It's the answer to the heartache that so many of us live with, sometimes quietly, sometimes not too quiet. I've counseled hundreds of folks over the years, both in person and online in the consultations that I do all over the world. People are hungry for meaning, for purpose, for richness of spirit, and as trite as it might sound, as always, for love. Many looking for all these things in all the wrong places, because it's not clear where you can really find these things. It's also not very clear sometimes how you accurately discern whether you have the character yourself and whether someone you're thinking of becoming involved with has the character themselves to grow you in the relationship, heal any wounds you may have, and find true fulfillment, purpose, inner peace. Character is what makes that possible. I will say it again. Character is what makes wholesome relationships possible. And all human activity, everything that happens in life, occurs within the context of relationship. And our relationships will either be wholesome, truly loving, and therefore growth-oriented and productive, or they will be toxic. We have a choice. It all hinges on character. That's why it's so important that we reclaim character's importance and that we rediscover and embrace those things that time has taught us with pretty clear certainty are essential for us to develop the kind of character that makes wholesome relationships possible. And toward those ends, I have written each one of my books, and have made the decision to write a few others, short pocket books of a type. So I'll have some announcements about that, as well as an announcement on the next program about the upcoming live streamed edition of the new Character Matters program. Till then, I invite you to please avail yourself of all my work, not just my 5 books, In Sheep's Clothing, Understanding and Dealing with Manipulative People, the groundbreaking book that first described the phenomenon we currently call gaslighting, and have for some time now, and the art of impression management. My book, Character Disturbance, The Phenomenon of Our Age, the only book that explains the wide range of character dysfunction, and especially what to look for in the way of getting help so that you don't experience what too many folks have experienced, the phenomenon we call therapy-induced trauma, where you went for help only to feel worse for the effort because you found no real understanding of what you were dealing with. My book for the Christian faith community, The Judas Syndrome, about how genuine faith can truly save. My book with Dr. Kathy Armistead, How Did We End Up Here? A Toxic Relationship Survivor's Guide, understanding what they've been through, how to pick up the pieces and move on, and how to best safeguard against falling into similar traps in the future. And my latest offering, My Life's Work, greatly expanding on some principles I first outlined in my second book, Character Disturbance. Essentials for the Journey, Embracing and Living the 10 Commandments of Character, proven principles for a psychologically healthy and a spiritually rich life. So once again, until next time, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on another edition of the New Character Matters. I'm Dr. George Simon. Take care.